Good morning. It is January the 14th, and it's another Tuesday. There's some In Tarnation. There's a couple of finished items. There's some started items. And there's Happy Mail. I'm going to start with the Happy Mail. You know how you think you're going to follow a yarn ban? And I really am trying to work totally from my stash. But I'd asked this question in a live the other day because I kind of want a giveaway. Crochet Creations by Christy. I was in her live on Facebook and my name was pulled, and it came today. So if you win, does that count as breaking the ban? So I got this pretty ice yarn. And I'll pull one of them out. And it is I think it is cotton. It's 87% cotton, 13% polyester, and it's called Gold Cream. And it is really pretty. And I'm going to say it's probably what I would call a fingering weight. So yeah, I got that. But then here's my other question. I've been commissioned to make some blankets for someone, and they're twin-size blankets. I have to buy the yarn for it because what she wants, I don't have, well, I have partial in my stock, but not enough to do all 4 blankets that she wants. So I have to buy the yarn for it. If it's commissioned, is that considered breaking the ban? See, it gets complicated, folks. Okay, let's go to the finished items. One of the first ones that I did this month was this pretty little cow, and it was done in a spike stitch, and this was for Chronically Crocheting's Stash Busting 2020, and it is done in a spike stitch. And basically I had started from the bottom here, and I can't remember how many I cast on. I'm guesstimating 80 or more. I just didn't really count. And then I did a back post, front post to give it a little bit of ridging. Did a half double crochet, single crochet, and then I did the spike stitch, and I just used scraps. So just repeated that, and then up here on the top I actually added a couple extra rows of the half double crochet, just because I didn't think it was going to be cushy enough once I got it around my neck. So that is what I did there, and it was basically just using the scraps and playing. The next item was for the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge with Christy of Crochet Creations by Christy, and Christy of Tea Doddles. And it's basically just a cute little basket, and then I made 2 different little face cloths, and I found this at burgundyandblush.co.uk. Yeah, I mean, it took a whole maybe half hour. I mean, it was really quick. The next item that I have finished is, that yarn I got at Ollie's for $1.99. And again, It is just the half double crochets, and this one I did cast on 83 stitches, and I actually crocheted it with an L hook, which is an 8.0 millimeter. And out of those 8 skeins, that's what I had left. So those are all gone and done and finished, ready to go on. And of course, then I started a new project because I have all those scraps. So what I did is I just started the what does she call that? Oh, Bob Wilson's Scraptastic Granny Scarf wrap or blanket, because you could do any of it with that. And because it's real simple, it's just multiples of 3s. And then you start doing that little granny stitch. So I'm doing that to use up the scraps to make a blanket that way. And that's it for that portion. One of my other whips is, of course, the wild cowl that I'm doing. And this one is worked a little bit ahead because today's part 3, I believe, comes out today. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. Part 3 comes out today. Now, I don't have the PDF of it written up yet. I just have not had time to do that. And this is what we have so far. And we had started today's is doing the 2 double crochet, not 2 double crochet, double crochet 3 together. So that is that portion there. I did 4 rows of it, and now I am doing 4 rows of half double crochet to get to the next section, which will be out probably Thursday. With some of the stitches that we're doing on Thursday is we're going to go through the half double crochet cluster, half double crochet popcorn puff stitch, and bobble stitch. And they are a little bit different, although the half double cluster looks a lot like this one, but it's done a little bit differently. And as you know, there are 2 ways to do the cluster stitch. One is in 1 stitch, and then the other is over 2 stitches. And I chose to do it in 1 stitch. And the reason I chose to do that is because, well, we'll show you Thursday. So come join us Thursday. But anyway, the PDF for part 2 and 3, I will probably be able to get that up maybe late tonight. And I'll put it in the Facebook group first. And then I will go in and change the description box of part 3. I'll put the link to the Google document where part 2 and 3 are at. I just haven't had time to get it all done, folks. Sorry. That's the way it rolls sometimes, you know. You get jobs to do. So, and of course that's because, you know, I'm retired. People say Jane can do it. Jane is a people pleaser. Jane still can't say no. And my friends still tease me. You need to have tattooed across your forehead. No. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Trust me. I don't know if you have gone over to Madonna Ballard's channel and watched her fake grow stream video, but I thought it was kind of hilarious because I've never been in the grow stream live, and apparently this is with Island Fishing, and So I plan on going to see what that is about because it sounds like an interesting concept. However, I'm not so sure that it's one that is long term. A lot of people use these to grow their channels. But my question is, because it's not just a crochet or fishing or outdoors or cooking channel, are those people that join you with that growth stream actually going to really help you? Is it really going to, are they going to be able to watch your videos or let them run in the background while they're house cleaning or whatever so that you get your watch time in? And yes, guys, that's how you can do a lot of watch times. There are many times that I will put on someone who needs watch time. I'll go to their channel, pick a video, turn it on, and I will turn the sound down and not even listen to it because I'm busy doing something else. Or if I'm cleaning, I'll just let it play with the sound on so I can hear it around me. That's a great way to help people out who need watch hours in order to get monetized or to be able to go live or, whatever they need for the watch time. So I suggest if there is a channel you like and they've asked you to help them with watch time, do that. I know lots of times a couple of these gals have had lives and they'll put their lives up for replay. I'll put the live on and just let it run. It's, like I said, that is the best way you can help your fellow YouTubers who need watch time for whatever. The other way is if they are monetized, let those ads run. I know it's a hassle and it's a pain in the... But get up, go to the bathroom, get a drink, search through your purse for the cough drop at the bottom of the purse or whatever. Let those ads run, okay? A lot of us use those for other reasons, like Sylvia with Tabitha's Treasures. She wants to use that for her charity. I do use it for my charity, but the other thing is I use it to also buy equipment. And the way that I use it for my charity is not to buy the yarn, but many times because I'm the yarn buyer for the prayer shawl group, is if I can't get a local deal and get yarn that way, then I have to order online. And when I order online, many times because it's tax exempt, a lot of the places will allow me to do the tax exempt, but I still have to pay for shipping. So what I do in return as part of my charity giving is to use that money to pay for the shipping for the yarn for the prayer shawl each month. Like I said, it takes about 150 to 300 skeins of yarn each month in order to get the, provide enough material for the yarn shawl group. And the reason that we provide yarn for the yarn shawl group is we have a lot of needle workers who are on very fixed incomes and cannot afford the yarn. However, they have the skill and they have the desire to continue to knit and crochet, loom knit, whatever, or even we have one lady that quilts for us. She does crochet, and I have asked her, do you need fabric? Because I will provide you with fabric if you need fabric to continue making quilting. She said, no, you should see my stash. So, we're kind of in the same place there with stash, but I was afraid because she was on a fixed income, she didn't have materials needed, and I was willing to offer what I could. And I told her many times we have people who will donate their batting to the fire hall for the quilting group. And those of us that do quilt, generally we provide our own batting. We don't turn the batting down, even if it's in pieces, because we can usually sew it together to create a larger piece, or we can use the bonding tape to make it a larger piece that'll fit in a quilt. So she has that option from us, and we're more than willing, to help her with that. But these ladies can't afford to buy the yarn, so we provide the yarn. And like I said, they provide the skill, they provide a lot. I mean, a lot of skill, education, advice. So, to me, it's worth, providing that shipping if that's what I can do for the prayer shawl group for that month, besides whatever I've turned in. So, think about it that way. I'm putting back money for a camera in action to film tutorials. So that's why some of us like that income, because it helps us. And I'm going to tell you, piddly income. It is piddly income. Until you get probably 100,000. 50,000, I would imagine, would provide you, as long as your subscribers are watching, would provide you with a little bit of an income. Not a massive income. Yeah, I know there are people that make millions of dollars each year being YouTubers, but those of us starting out, we're lucky if we could see $100 over 3 months. You have to make $100 before they even pay you anything. So, there you go. Now, it's time for What in Tarnation. We have a couple of stories. And I will provide links down below to some of these stories so that you can go look at them. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen this one, but I'm going to read it anyway. Woman lists manatee-shaped chicken tender on Facebook Marketplace for $5,000. A Harambe-shaped Cheeto and a banana duct taped to a wall were just some of the avant-garde pieces to go to auction for imaginative buyers in the recent past. Not to be outdone, 2020's addition to an eccentric collection hit the marketplace this week. A manatee-shaped chicken tender for a cool $5,000. Listed by Belinda Dispro in Tampa Bay, Florida on Facebook Marketplace under the antiques and collectibles category. The chicken tender was described as being in new condition. Dispro urged prospective buyers not to discount her rare offering. Must see to appreciate, she wrote. The post was taken down the same day it was advertised, meaning either a buyer was found or the original owner couldn't help themselves and devoured the manatee masterpiece. While $5,000 seems like a high price for such a commodity, it is just one of many priceless items that, like the ad says, must be witnessed to be believed. And of course, we know in 2019 a banana ducked to a tape wall went for $120,000. That was not the first one, because there were 2 or 3 of those that happened. And that treasured artifact was quickly undone by a passerby who took the banana down from the wall and ate it. And yes, I have read an article where he says, "I don't regret it a bit." Sometimes you wonder about these. 2017, a flaming Cheeto resembling the likeness of Harambe the gorilla surged from its opening bid of $11.99 to $99. It's almost 100,000, folks. Oh, within a week. Within a week. People, you guys are strange. The seller of the Manatee tender did not immediately respond to questions about her one-of-a-kind nugget. Now, this next one actually happened in August 2019. A man's truck was stolen while he was robbing a store across the street. You can't make this stuff up, folks. A man's truck was stolen while he was robbing a store across the street, police say. Police say Washington man who reported his truck as stolen was arrested after police determined he was robbing a store when the vehicle was taken. And there is actually store video of surveillance video that shows it. It's hilarious. And if you go to see that video, there are two trucks that are parked. It is the farthest truck at the end, so it's the red truck. I mean, it's red. You know, everybody wants a red truck, right? William Kelly, 42, told police he left his red 1992 Chevy pickup in a parking lot after a night out at a tavern, according to the release from the Kennewick Police Department. When he returned to pick it up early Sunday, he said he left the keys on the seat and went to find a bathroom. Really? Surveillance footage of the area obtained by police shows a man on a bicycle ride by and spot the keys. The thief can then be seen tossing his bike in the back and fleeing the scene. Kelly called police to report the theft, but because he had a prior warrant for his arrest, he was booked. And then the story got real interesting, said police. Upon closer inspection of video from the tavern, police discovered that Kelly had driven to the location that morning, then went into a business across the street to steal items. His truck was stolen as he was stealing items, police said. He was booked for burglary. Kelly's vehicle has still not been located, and people asked the public for assistance in identifying the car thief. I thought thieves were supposed to stick together and not steal from each other. Guess that's not true, huh? Now this one kind of cracks me up because of the video. Of course they all crack me up. Kentucky road sign hacked to say, send nudes. An electronic sign at the side of a Kentucky road captured the attention of drivers with an unusual request, send nudes. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet confirmed the sign at the side of Kentucky Route 92 in Whitley County was hacked Thursday morning by someone who changed the message to send nudes. Officials said the sign was shut off and corrected by a worker for the contract company that owns the sign. Amber Hale, a cabinet spokesman for District 8, said the sign can be changed by someone on site, but it has password protection. The hacker was somehow able to bypass. Do they not know that there are things online that you can bypass any kind of password? You just have to have access to the device. Okay. But the video the kid's talking about is kind of funny. Railroad tracks covered in corn from apparent train spill. And there's video. It was video that was put on Twitter by someone. A 2,000-foot stretch of railroad tracks in Minnesota is going viral thanks to a photo showing them filled with corn that apparently spilled from a freight train. The photo went viral Monday after Twitter user, and I'm not going to list his name because you can see it in the article, posted the picture, which shows the Canadian Pacific Railroad tracks filled with corn kernels in crystal. Twitter and Reddit users questioned the authenticity of the photo, but the presence of the corn was confirmed Tuesday, and observers estimated about 900 bushels of corn, worth about $3,000, 436, had spilled onto the tracks. The Canadian Pacific Railway did not comment on the corn, which observers said likely resulted from a leak in the freight train, but crews were on the scene Tuesday working to clean up the spill. And there's video with the Twitter user. Now, I don't know how I would feel about this late night visitor. Some of you on farms are probably used to it, but other people are not. Doorbell camera records cow's late night front porch visit. Porch people. A British Columbia couple whose doorbell issued an unusual number of overnight alerts checked the footage and identified the late night visitor to the front porch, an escaped cow. James Bailey said he and his wife installed a doorbell camera at their Sook home a few months ago to help with package deliveries, but they were surprised when it gave an unusual number of overnight alerts December the 14th. Bailey said he was surprised when he checked the footage the following day. It was foggy and we couldn't see anything, and then all of a sudden I see this little tiny light. And that changed into two lights, and then into a head and a whole body, he told CTV Vancouver. The culprit was a cow standing on the front porch with another bovine nearby. It was like creatures coming out of the mist, he said. Bailey said the cows turned out to have escaped from a neighbor's enclosure. Apparently a bear knocked down the fence, and that's how they got out, Bailey said. The cows were rounded up by the police and returned home. Now, when I was watching the video, my first thought was, those guys are pretty lucky that that cow didn't decide to do a cat move and walk on top of the car. Now, this one, the video is really cute. It's very cute. Cat versus Chants. Friendly feline tests Buddhist monk's patience. A Thai temple cat's bid for affection during a 5-hour-long New Year's prayers was enough to test the patience of a Buddhist monk as he tried to maintain his chanting concentration. Video the saffron-robed monk gently trying to push away the cat that crawled into his lap has delighted Thais who viewed the footage on a temple follower's Facebook page. Respect for all living beings is a key tenet of Buddhism, practiced by about 95% of Thailand's population. After several attempts to repel the cat, who climbed up his saffron-colored robe, kneaded his shoulder, and blocked the view to his scripture book, the monk finally gave up and started petting the furry intruder. I was trying to read the book, but I was more focused on the cat, said the 25-year-old monk, who uses the monastic name, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, Lupi Comcrit Taikachoto? Possibly. The cat's antics also drew a stern side-eye from a more senior monk seated adjacent to it at Wat Ondomrosky Rongzi, a temple on the outskirts of Bangkok, where the cat is known to be a regular visitor. Oh, I cannot pronounce the names, folks. I'm not Thai. Nai Phayong Suk Fan, who took the video, said the cat jumped on stage at around 15 minutes to midnight and wouldn't leave until after the countdown to New Year's Day. She originally posted the video on a public Facebook group called Cats Slaves, and it was soon reposted on different pages. The footage has gained around 300,000 views collectively and was also played on Thai TV. Thailand has a tradition of free-roaming cats at its many Buddhist temples. Wat On Dom Rang Si is home to at least a dozen stray cats who are fed by devotees each day, Kamkrit said. They're all fat, he added, and it's a pretty fluffy kitty. But it's adorable. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I will see you again for part 4 of the cow on Thursday. The part 3 drops this afternoon about 1 o'clock. So I hope you guys are learning something with this. I know the pattern writing is because I use a lot of shorthand, and I show you my shorthand for writing patterns. I hope that you're understanding that, but then when you see the written part, you're able to use that to be able to read. Like I said, the biggest thing is when you're reading a pattern, there are commas. It's just like when we're speaking or reading something, you see a comment, that's your time to stop, take a breath, and then move on to the next set. That is the easiest way I can describe how to read patterns. Do each step in between the comments. That will lead you to the next set. And then, of course, you get the repeats, which I've already told you about in the first video, how a lot of those are written. Now, a lot of people write things a little differently, like I said, because there is no set way to write a pattern. And we haven't got to the part where we have to add in all the abbreviations and special stitches, because as we do the finishing up, which I figure the finishing up will probably happen on the 21st, where we do some of the last rows, and then I basically bring the printed out pattern to show you how you would add in everything at the beginning, the special stitches that you're using, and all the stitches that you're using, abbreviations, because you want that at the very first part of the pattern. And you do list things as special stitches, like a special stitch would be the double crochet 3 together. Front posts, back posts are pretty much, normal stitches, but you could also list that as a special stitch. So, yeah, it's a learning curve for all of us sometimes. So I hope it's helping you. I will see you again, like I said, on Thursday, so everybody have a great day, and remember to practice kindness.